Morning, everyone. My name is Alicia, and I'm going to be giving the webinar today. Please remember that if you have a question at any moment during the webinar, just please go ahead and type in your question in the chat section or in the question and answer section, and I'll try to answer them as we go along. Today, we're going to see how to make a mailing campaign through our system. I'm going to log into my account and do a little search to send some properties to our mailing campaign. Usually you would do mailing campaigns when for properties that are off market. In the properties that are listed for sale, you would have an email address. So on those properties, you would actually send the properties to your follow-up and send regular email to the agent, since the system will give you the full contact information for those properties. You would have in the system the email address of the agent, and you can send directly emails to your follow-up. But what happens when properties do not have an email, as in properties that are off market? Let's say you're looking for sale by owner, or you're looking for probate, although probates do have the email address of the attorney. But let's say you make a search for properties off market and you want to contact the owner. Those owners you can contact through regular email, regular mail. That is, you print your letters, put them in an envelope, put a postcard to it, and send it through regular mail. That's what we're going to see today. Also, recently, a few months back, we have started to offer another service. We have a partner company that actually sends out postcards. So you do not actually have to send the mails yourself. You can come into the system, select the properties that you want to mail to, and create a postcard mailing. And I'll show you how to do it. And through the system, you select the property, select the template that you want to use for the postcard, and just create the postcard. And the system has a couple templates for that. Go through the payment section and actually just pay for your postcards, and this company will actually send out all those postcards for you. Let's get into it. So first of all, I'm going to do a little search and show you the regular mailing campaign, and then we'll go to the postcards and show you how that works. Okay, it seems my voice is breaking up a little bit. I'm going to excuse me just a second. I'm going to change. Okay, hopefully now it's a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to go to the search panel and do a little search so we can send those properties to our mailing campaign and show you how that works. Here I'm in my search. I'm going to search. Let's see. I'm going to look for properties. Let's say foreclosure. I'm going to do a little search of foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, let's do pre-foreclosure property. So we can do a mailing campaign to that. That is, we are going to create letters to print out in a printer. You actually have to have a printer connected to your computer and put in the paper and print them out, put them in an envelope. The system is able to actually also print the labels that you put on the envelope and send out those letters. And like I said, I'll also show you how to create a mailing campaign through Postcards. That is the service that we offer now. And those postcards are actually sent out by a company. So you just create the template, you go through the process of the payment, and the postcard will be sent out for you. So I'm going to do a pre-foreclosure. Let's put for sale no. Let's put a market value between 100 and 200. Let's say I want properties that have at least some equity. Let's put equal or greater than 30. That way we won't come up with properties that are totally upside down. Let's single family. So I have Broward, public records, pre-foreclosed properties that are single family with at least 30% equity with a market value between 100 and 200. Oh, let's put owner occupied. Owner occupied, yeah. Okay, so properties in Broward, pre-foreclosed, single family with debt to equity at least 30% with a market value between 100K and 200 and that are owner occupied. Let's do search and see what we come up with. Here, I came up with a total of 66 properties. I'm going to create a mailing campaign. Actually, I'm going to go back and change counties because you see this first column shows you when you do a search in your results. The first column is the status of the property. The second column is the follow status. If your properties are in your follow-up already, or any property in your results are in your follow-up already, you'll have a little circle here that tells you that your property is in follow-up. In this case, I did a search and actually the third column tells me that I already have a mailing campaign for all these properties. All these properties are already in a mailing campaign. Well, actually, I have others that are not, so let's do it for the ones that are not in my mailing campaign. So I'm going to select all of them and deselect the ones that I already have in a mailing campaign, in a previous mailing campaign. So I'm going to deselect these ones. Now I have 30 properties selected. and I'm going to send them to my mailing campaign. Remember that the icons on your left of your screen are places to go, and on the top are actions to take. So I have mailing here and I have mailing here, but this one is the one I'm going to use to send my properties to my mailing campaign. That is something I'm going to do. So these are actions to take and these are places to go. So let's send these properties to my mailing campaign. The first thing I have to do is give a name to this mailing campaign. So let's put browser, oh, sorry, new mailing campaign. Forgot that, sorry for that. And now I give it a name, browser, let's put April 17, and create and click on add property. So the system will add these properties to my mailing campaign, and once they are added, all properties will successfully added to your mailing campaign. Now I'm going to go to my mailing campaign here, and here I'll see all the different campaigns I have created at any point during my use of my account. I'm going to look for the one I just created, click on it, and that will open and show me all the properties I've just sent to that mailing campaign. So what do I do now? Um, Remember that I said you have to create the letters and print them out. So the first thing you would have to do is select the property, click on mailing letters, so you create the letter. And here I would create the letter that I want to send out. I can also create templates. I do have several templates here. I'm just going to look for one. I'll show you where to create your templates in a little bit. These are photos. Let's select that one and click on load, and I'm going to edit it. Remember that when you create templates, there are help videos in our help section in our YouTube channel on how to create templates and how to create letters. Remember that in your templates, you have email templates. Those are the cover letters that go out with the contract. Or if you're going to send only emails, they can also be used for that. Then you have letter templates. These are the letter templates that are used for your mailing campaign. You have templates also for text messages. The system is able to send text messages to any property that has a mobile phone in its contact information, and also is able to send fax. So you can create templates for all of that. How do I create a template? Like I said, go to our YouTube channel or help section in your control panel and look up creating templates, and you'll see how to do it. I'm just going to go a little bit over how it's done. The idea of doing it through here is that the system is able to personalize each letter. How does the system do that? It uses variables. This little gibberish here says it's a variable the system uses so that each letter will have the owner's name of that particular property. Also, I have here this one for address. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to delete this one. So I just start typing dear and look for the variable that I need. And there I want the owner's name. So I'll look for the variable for owner's name. Name. And there it is. And if interested in buying your property at, this is a variable for the property address. And then you can type in directly your contact information or use the contact variable here. That way you just send your contact information over on the profile, and you can change the buying information, your information as a buyer, whether you use your name as a buyer or you buy under a company's name. You can switch from each one of them. So that's the idea of putting contact name and contact phone and not typing in directly, because you can change that outside of the template and the template will take the new information. But if you always buy as yourself or under a company's name, you can just type it in directly. So once you have the template just like you want it, you click create letters. And the system will create a file for you to print out. These are around, I think we chose 30 properties, so it will take a little bit because it's going to create 30 letters for you to print out. So it will be thinking for a little bit. So let's wait for it to load. Like I said, like I said, you can create your template here. You can type it in directly at the moment, or go to here. The letters were successfully created. I click on OK, and that will show me the file is created for me to print. And like I said before, you have to have a printer. You have to have paper and print your letters so you can send them out through your friendly post office guy. Well, while that's generating, so let me show you where to create the template. Here on the left side, like I told you, we have the places to go. So I go to my template and I see all the kind of templates that I have. Told you we have email templates. First of all, these are the emails that you send out, and also the cover email that goes out with your contract. Here's where you create them, and here's where they're all saved. Then you have the SMS template. Again, you can create here and have any kind, all sort of, depending on how you work and what text messages you want to send. The fax template, and the ones that we're working with today are the letter templates. Here are my letter templates. These are the letters I'm going to print out. Please go to our help section here and here you can look for how to create templates. So now that my file is ready, you see that the system actually filled out the information, and I have one letter after another. And this is what I'm going to print. This is just test I made, so you can create the template just like you want it. You can include images if you want. You can include signatures, logos, change the font letter. And like I said, get the printer, print the paper in it, and print them out. This is some long story. This is so thinking. Let's go back to my link. Also, after I print the letters, the other thing I have to do is create the labels. These are the labels that I'm going to put on the envelope. The labels will have the address of the property or the address of the owner. In this case, I'm going to put the address of the property because when I did my search, I selected owner occupied. So the owner actually lives in the property. So here you have, first of all, select label type. What is this label type? If you go to your store and buy those stickers and those labels that you put on your letters, on the package you'll see a code for the for the type of labels that you're buying. Those codes depend on the size or the type of envelope, the labels that you're buying, and that's the one that you're going to select. In this case, I'm going to print in white paper and then cut it out myself and glue them on, so I'm not going to, it doesn't matter which one I select. So let's just select one of them. Again, the label size is something that you'll have in the package when you buy it. Owner address, this is what I was going to tell, that's what I was talking about. The system is able to put on that label either the owner's address, whether he lives in the property or not. If he does not live in the property and he has another address, the system will put the address of the owner, unless you select property, and this will give you the label with the address of the property. Also, if your main campaign is for probate, the system will put the address of the attorney, because for probate, that's those are properties that are in the legal process under a will, is the attorney the one that should be addressed, or the representative. So you can choose whether to direct your mail to the attorney or to the representative. Those are in the case you're working with probate. In the case you're working with anything else, you select whether you send it to the owner or to the property. I'm going to select owner. I decide whether I want all the lines aligned to the left or center. I'm going to center them. And I select here whether I want the system sending it to the owner. I do not put the no current resident or, so I'll select no. This one is if you're sending it to the property, not to the owner, you would put current resident or as a note on the label. So let's click on apply, and the system will create my label. Print file is generated, and let's open it. And here are my labels. Again, I have to get my printer and print them out. If you bought your stick-on labels, just peel them off and put them in the envelope. If you print them in white paper, you just cut them out and glue them in the envelope. And this is how the system shows you that. Let's go back. I refresh here, and when I do a mailing campaign, I can decide. It's my decision. It's, let's say, for a week, a month from now, a week from now, I want to redo my mailing campaign to this same people, to this same property. So the system is able to, the second column is the number of times I have sent mailing campaign to this property. I can assign more properties to this mailing campaign. These are properties that are in my follow-up. I select them and assign them. These will be added to my mailing campaign. Here I have 3 more properties now. They were already in my follow-up. And now I want to add them to this mailing campaign, or I can send properties from my mailing campaign to my follow-up. I'm not going to send them all. Let's send, let's say I got an answer from 3 of these properties. Now I'm going to send them to my follow-up so I can follow up and keep track of what I'm doing with them in my follow-up. That's why I would send properties from my mailing campaign to my follow-up, because I actually got an answer from them and now I want to follow them. So I just select them and send them to my follow-up. The properties have been added to my follow-up. Properties were successfully added to my follow-up. Now I can go to my follow-up and look for these 2 properties and start working with them from my follow-up. The other thing I was telling you about is the counter. I already sent the first letter to these properties, so I'm going to increment the counter. So now I know that I have sent 1 letter to these properties. If I come in here next week and I want to send out another mailing campaign to the same properties, I create my letter, I send out my letters, and select them and increment my counter here. So now I know that I have sent 2 letters to properties. If I get an answer from one of them and I want to send only to those ones, I can increment the counter on only those. That way I can keep track of how many letters I have sent to each one of these. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my results. I'm going to select again properties and show you the post service that we have now in ReiFax. So I'm going to go back to results, and this time I'm going to select all of them. Oh, I have 66 properties. This page is only showing 50, so I'm going to change to 100 views so I can see all 66 properties in one page and select all of them at once. I select up here, select all 66 properties, and now I'm going to create a postcard campaign. Remember that I told you this postcard campaign is actually a service that we provide now through our associate company, and they actually send out the postcards for you. there you have now this select set to send postcards to this mailing campaign. So I click here. Sorry. Mailing campaign. Select the campaign. This is a property, and click here on select to send postcards to you. And I click on add property. This will open this. This is where I manage my postcards. It's a mailing campaign to postcards. These postcards will be sent out by a company that has we have subcontracted. You just have to select which template you want to send out. There are preset templates. You just select which one you want. The first time you use one of these templates, the first time you do the payment, you pay $50 for the template. So let's say I select this one. We have the first notice, second notice, third notice, follow-up, foreclosure, general mail, and lease pending. Let's look. Second notice. I can also choose the size. We have 4 by 6, 5.5 by 8.5, 6 by 11, 6 by 9, and 8.5 by 11. So let's choose 6 by 11 and choose the first notice one. This is the front and this is the back. Or this is the front and this is the back. So that's the idea. I select when I want them to be delivered. Let's say I want them delivered the first week of May. And I want them delivered either to the owner, to the property, to the attorney again if you're working with probate or representative for probate. In this case, I'm going to send it to the owner, and I click on checkout. And I go to my payment. Total payment price will be $203. That includes the postcard, the template for the postcard at $50, and the price for each one of them. We selected, I think we're 60. I'll show you the prices here. Postcard. You only pay for a template the first time. So if you select the same, the design is free after the first campaign. The campaign design fee is free after the first purchase. Only the postcard template and size were the same as the previously sent. So when you select a template, if you ever use that template again in the same size, you won't have to pay the $50 fee. You only pay for the sending of each one of the postcards. So let me show you. For example, 4 by 6 from 1 to 199. The price per unit is 81 cents plus the design fee, and it would be $50.81. That is per one. Remember the fee for the template, you only pay once. So if you spend 1,000, it would be the price per unit goes down depending on the amount of postcards that you're sending. So if you see, if you send 25,000 or more, the price per unit goes down all the way to 40 cents per postcard. That's in 4 by 6. If we go to 8, it would be arranged from 90 cents to 65 cents per postcard. Remember, this is something that will be sent out for you. All you have to do is create your mailing campaign, select the template that you're going to use, go to the payment, you type, you can use the same credit card that we have in system for your system, or you can add a new one if you want to pay it through with another credit card. Just process it in here. Do you want to use a credit card? I'm